so so hard trouble.
Boeing 747 contact Tokyo departure on 124.2.
Hello everyone, I'm Leo. How are you? Haven't seen you for ages, haven't talked to you for ages. Well, this is my 29th Directions. Every year we are flying back and forth in a back and forth for Microsoft Global event. But this year, as you know, under this COVID-19 situations, we will stay home. Hope you enjoyed Microsoft Xbox, Flight Simulator, and Feeding Fly with us. I'm very much looking forward to meeting you offline very soon. Well, I'm very much happy to have another two Japanese guys in this session. Ryota, Kazukiyo, please introduce by yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Ryota. My company is Untitled. I lived in Fukuoka, Japan. My primary role has been to drive digital transformation for customers with cross-service including Azure, AWS, GCP, as well as implementation for Microsoft 365 and the Power Platform. Have fun my Power App session! Yay!
Hi, my name is Katsuki Okachi. I'm freelance now. I'm working for Japanese enterprise chemical company. Now I'm supporting for customer using Power Platform. I'm Captain today. Welcome aboard.
Yes, we are flying to Italy, Malpensa airport now. Well, actually this is fourth time we will show how to make Business Central plus Power Platform presentations more attractive. So first of all, we'll look back our past 3 year sessions at the Directions area in a minute. After that, we will focus Job Module and Power Platform. Also, we have two more sessions focused Manufacturing plus Power Platforms and Services and the Power Platform tomorrow and the day after. Means that you can enjoy two more flights there. Let's kick off. In this pandemic time, remote work is vital. So Microsoft technologies support ideal work style like My Analytics, Microsoft Teams, very important. Devices with Windows 10, it's like HoloLens 2, let's go. Power platforms like Power BI and Dynamics 365 like Business Central. You know, there are more than 20 services under this Dynamics 365 now. Yes, let's take a brief look back at the last 3 year sessions of Directions in a minute. Yeah, so this, FY 2017, take a light approach in on with plus an extent. So we ask the inventory through this chat tool. So we explain about the Azure functions. In expense management, we key in the flight informations like Tokyo, from Tokyo to Bangkok, and the place. So using the logic apps and LUIS. LUIS is the language understanding intelligence services. using these services to generate some data in the SharePoint, and using the Microsoft Power Automate to generate the purchase invoice in NAV. So it has become very easy to collect and analyze data through social media with Logic apps and Power Automate now. And the funny thing is that we let her to say that we're running out money, so you need to go to the bank immediately to get the money. In the future, if both services could suggest borrowing money, we could bring our mobile phone to the bank and show this kind of chat window. We still face issues regarding the speech APIs for non-English languages, but there is future potential. Yeah, Directions Azure 2018. So I remember this time the Microsoft released D365 for marketing. So yeah, we should wow the audience with the demo. So again, in on with plus extend. So as you can see, we can perform sales management to a high degree of precision with Power BI by combining the NAV and CRM and machine learning and Excel. Yeah, the salesperson always said that we can close the deal. Yes, we can close. But if you predict all the closing probability for each opportunity using by machine learning, you might be surprised to learn that big revenue shortage still persists. Like this. The salesperson said that 70% we can close this deal, but running the machine learning, that is said that 53%. The situation is like this. Then when you first need to find the target customers to reach your sales goals, then you can also collaborate with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. This should allow you to obtain information that can be used both for sales activities and for marketing activities. And if you have more work because of new deals, then it's time to use the D365 for talent. But now D365 human resource released, and that's a new product. So this is the Dynamics 365 for marketing. Then at the time, this is a user-friendly and a straightforward tool for doing things like sending emails and defining them from template. So basic usage is the same as the workflow designer on Dynamics 365 for sales. It's easy, very easy to create the seminar portal like this. Next is Directions Azure 2019. Again, the FY 2019 take the light approach. Yeah. So we introduced our internal use case study at the time, Dynamics 365 and the Power Platforms, like this for sales and Power BI and NAV and Google Analytics, like sales report, marketing report, and consultant performance work report. In a CDS and a Power BI Dataflow. Yeah, and enterprise customers, that they may use different CRMs, but they have to synchronize customer master at one place, like data cleansing up, data cleanup. So we explain about the several cases to manage the data, direct import, CDS, and data flow. So we explain about the pros and cons. Yeah, data flow in Power BI Premium, then explain about AI inside. Also the mixed reality, Dynamics 365 guide and Dynamics 365 remote assist. Also the Azure IoT service remote assist. Yes, connected field services. This is the app source add-on components. Guide and Teams and remote assist. Yeah, mixed reality enables new work style. Alright, just finished the last year's sessions of the Directions Azure. Then let's move to this Directions4Partners Brochures 2020. So some of you already realize and may know already there are several new features and new product released at the Microsoft Ignite. Under the customer service, channel native voice channel support, under the supply chain management, cloud and edge scaling, and inventory visibility. But I believe that one of the biggest announcements under this D365 was project and operations. We should call a D365 PO. Already GA the last October. But sometimes within the same D365 CDs, and I should say services, sometimes we compete with other vendors. So that's why in this session we want to focus on job module and Power Platform, how we can make the attractive presentations. But after the project and operations, after the D365 and the field services, of course we have to have the service contract, support contract with the customers. But support contract the features are inside in ERP side. So this is one of the good things to compete the other product, even to other D365 services. Of course, a job module, you already know that how to use it, how to set up, how to train the users. Very easy to use, very easy to integrate to other module. For finance module and inventory module and purchase module, also the sales module. So one of the things that we have to realize that we need to use the Gantt charts to compete D365 PO, because D365 PO, they have a fully integrated Microsoft project inside. So when we use this Gantt chart, makes users happy to see the project status very easy. We can navigate directly this Gantt charts to job module. Let's say job car, a job task line, very easy to navigate. So please use this Gantt charts to make the attractive presentations. Next one is demonstrations, how Power Platform and Microsoft Teams will help project manager at both a vendor and a customer. Now I'd like to create a weekly report applications. Use Campus apps, enter weekly report, select phone. Perhaps Studio is being called. The first, specify the data to be brought in when the application starts in a data source. This time using the CDS automatically obtained from BC. Use 4 entities named job, job task, resource, weekly report, data registrations. When you set the applications, various initial setting information is called in. If we put it in a place called onStat, the standard one will be executed. Make a copy of the data to the latest information. It should have been left from the standard, but it may not be left, so let's update it from time to time. Click text and label. Create an area to specify job. Enter job name. Specify the drop-down list. I have made something in advance. Filter to show only those jobs that are open. If you click, you can now select only 3. Next, let's create a screen for selecting task. And next, I will choose the vertical directions of the gallery. Select the data. Here we will use items. I copied some logic. So type in the drop-down box to update here. The data has not been brought in, so click it again to update it. From the layout, selecting the title and the subtitle block in the area, we need to change the field. When I select the job description as a title, we can see the project name now. We are still not sure what the numbers below mean. We are trying to show the job descriptions. We can customize like this as we like using the string concatenation functions. Add the rule line to create a frame. Please adjust it to the width of the surroundings. We don't know where we choose. Let's try to make it clear. We can specify the color by clicking template field. Select the case that is selected in the if statement. The selected item will be in focus. Create a work record date. From the input, the data picker will be created to select the date. Click the data picker. Next, let's create an area for working hours. From the entry, select the text input and select the numerical value. Use work per day, which was led with the initial value, and specify the initial value as 8 hours. Write justify and padding to create a blank space, enter 8 hours as a time. Next, create a button for registrations. I have prepared a command for registering data in advance. Use the onSelect features to set it run when clicked. Next, from the perspective of the user interface, let's create a reset button in case you make a typo or a selection mistake. To do this, we need to pass reset functions to each object. Reset to text entry, text input, gallery, drop-down, and data picker. Let's make it possible to reset in the same way after registering. Next, I will display the working hours of today, this week, and this month based on the currently selected date, which is actual date. Isn't it overworked today when typing? You can also make them aware of that. Oops, I forgot to update the data. Don't forget to update the data when you change objects. For the function I put it in first, it takes time to update the data. Let's actually enter the working hours.
されてますよとかですね。増加は働いてないのかな。はい。これで短時間にしましょう。スノール開発で8時間で3人共に修正34時間、まあ50ドル以上はまだ問題ないよねっていうところで登録ですね。はい、これで OK です。リストありました。これ今16時間が長くなってますけど、まあこれは8時間のこの時間が入ってますので、まあ実際には8時間。
16 hours in lab, but in reality it contains 8 hours here. So if you remove this, it will be 8 hours. Let's take a look at the data actually registered in the CDS. On October 9th, we can see the 3 hours for software development. It's a little bit advanced, but you can use Power Automate to warn people inside and outside the company of overtime consumption per work step. In this way, it can also be used in conjunction with Microsoft Teams. I think there are some scenes where it is difficult to develop your apps in Business Central. With Power Apps, you can easily develop like this, and with Power Automate, you can create flows to notify inside and outside the company. Alright, let's rapidly recap what we have done. So daily project service report entry using PC and Power Platform Dataflow, in common data service using Power Apps Canvas apps, in using Power Automate and let teams know. Notification of consumer hours allowed on Microsoft Teams by Power Automate. First, schedule trigger and get job list, get report by job, calculate total hours, determine if the total time exceeds the time threshold, alert on Teams. This is quite important. This is current limitations to build these apps. Microsoft R&D teams, please improve this. Since most tables cannot directly refer to BC data using connector, it is necessary to bring it to CDS once. 2. Even when using the Power Platform Dataflow, there are tables that require a separate all data definition for the web services, like job journal line. So it is not easy to utilize the data. 3. The data updated by Power Apps cannot be reflected on the BC side by standard features. It is not easy to link the timesheet, owner ID, and the project manager ID with the Power Apps execution account. Okay, let's move to next short demonstrations. Analyze project data by Power BI. These are our favorite project-based Power BI. I select the BC project A. We can filter by fiscal year, the quarterly, and monthly. So these steps are based on our implementation methodology. Some of the steps are already completed, and some of them are in progress. Some of them haven't started yet. So this yellow means we consumed more than 80% budgeting. So red means over budgeting. So green is less than 80%. So we can filter completed, we can filter in progress, and we can filter even the contract, like time and material base and fixed cost step base. So we also can check the modern budgeting steps. So project owner and project manager needs to check in progress. So time and material is fine, we can choose to the customer, but the fixed cost and more than 80%. So these two steps are dangerous steps we always need to watch. I really like this Power BI. Also here, a good thing is each steps we can see sales revenue and the cost and the gross margin. I really like here that we can see the work in process cost. Very helpful for the cost accounting. And here we can see budget and actual. Of course, the end of the analysis phase, we update the budget. We always able to compare original budget and update budget and actual cost. Here is our daily timesheet summary. Not only the job ledger entry, but also some data inside CDS. Project manager needs to approve the daily timesheet based on this page. Very important. So these 5 lines is under approval still. Very helpful for the project managers. The last page is each consultant performance. We can see how much time I did spend for project A, project B, and marketing, and also the project manager and upper boss and HR department. They can evaluate each performance, each consultant performance at the quarterly base and half-year base feedback meeting. These, the Power BIs are very much vital for us, very much helpful. Okay, let's recap. Project owner can easily grasp overall project status at glance. Each consultant and his and her upper boss can check team members' daily working hours. Project manager can judge budget and actual day by day and approve consultants' tasks with these informations. Combination of Power BI and Power Automate can warn to the consultant and the project managers with consumed ratio of budgeted hours. PBI AI will support all of the project parties more and more. Microsoft Teams can tell customer about consumed hours day by day to avoid invoice argument. HR can check consultant performance and use this Power BI at the quarterly, half-year feedback meeting. What we learn in these sessions? Yeah, here's. When we competed with other packages and services including D365 project and operations, following topics will be the key areas. 1. Use Gantt chart to see the project status at glance. Very easy to navigate and drill down directly from Gantt chart to job module. Very easy to use. Second, Perhaps and CDS can help the consultant to key in the data very easily. Yeah, sometimes project manager is waiting the consultant to submit the working hours in an Excel spreadsheet. Sometimes bit delay. Let's stop that way. A Power Automate and a Power BI will help the project manager to know the consumed hours on timely. Yeah, this is also very important part. So once consultant key in the data working hours in the apps, so Power Automate will make the triggers, then move to the approval process. Very easy to use. Also possible to let the customer know how much budget remaining. Yeah, this is a very important point. So for fixed budgeting project, especially for the customization areas, it doesn't matter about time and material basis, project steps. Sometimes the argument, the discussion may arise when we try to issue the invoice at a time. So let's stop this kind of the possibility, and this is quite important topics. The last one is Microsoft Teams will help to share all the real-time information within a team, including the customers. Yeah, this is also very good the demonstrations that Ryota did. I think that Kazukiyo also did a very good presentations especially for Power BI. I hope you like these sessions very much. There is no other software vendors who can offer this level of services except Microsoft. Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, more than 20 services. Azure IoT Central, Bing and LinkedIn. And Power Platform, local, no-code solutions. It will make up the gap between system and actual business process. So CDS is getting spread out. It will eat lots of data. Why? Because of the AI. So AI will support our judgment at every judgment, every business process. So let's produce further Workstyles reforms through the power of digital. So digital feedback loop will support, empower employee, engage customers, optimize operations, transform product. Yeah, it's time to democratize cloud, AI, and applications. It's time to democratize cloud, AI, and applications. To achieve digital transformation, I normally call DX365. Let's continue, never ending our Dynamics 365 and Power Platform journey. Thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate your time to spend it with us. Any questions?